Hello guys and welcome. So in this video I wanted to do a quick summary of what was shown during the Indie World livestream today on the 17th of March 2020. So Indie World was a collection of trailers for lots of different game developers for indie games which are coming out on Nintendo Switch. What indie means, if you don't know, is that studios which are independent, independent, or basically not as well funded. So the quality of game that comes out, they can be of lesser budget, but it doesn't mean there'll be any less of quality. So they first showed off a game called Blue Fire, which was interesting to say the least. Then they showed off a game called Baldo. What I'm going to do is as well, I'm going to link as many useful resources in the description down below, links to trailers, things like that. And then they showed a trailer for a game called I Am Dead. Now, as I said with indie games, they have interesting gameplay mechanics, to say the least. Because I've played a lot of indie games myself, and they're very interesting. And sometimes the premise of these indie games can be very weird. So, like when I saw when they said this game is called I Am Dead, I was like, "Ha, interesting." So, and then the next game they showed off was I think it's called Bank, if I can read my own handwriting. So again, they were showing some more of the gameplay of I Am Dead, and it was just one trailer after the other, basically just back to back to back for 20 minutes straight. A Bark. Okay, so Bark is what they showed next, which was silly because even though Bark implies dog, and you can see dogs on the screen, they made cat jokes. So, but whatever. It's a 2D shoot 'em up. And then the next game, Cyanide and Happiness Freak Apocalypse. It's one of those weird games. They had an announcer, this sort of weird green guy, talking to the announcer the whole time. And like you're watching it like, weird. It looks like a very strange game, that's for sure. So especially the name. Like I don't know who came up with that. Then the next game, Summer in Mara. Which seems to be sort of a cutesy game. Like you're sort of running around and you're having happy thoughts. You're exploring, you're gathering things out in the world and stuff like that. So, but we'll see what it's like when it comes out, basically. Next, they spoke about a game called Quantum League. So the way they describe this game is that it's a shoot 'em up, in like player versus player, but then you get clones of yourself who play the same way as you play to help you out. So that's the premise of Quantum League. Then the next game is called The Good Life. So again, sometimes they explain this game as a debt repayment simulator where you control animals. So I was like, okay, very strange. But each to their own. The next game is called The Last Campfire. This game is being developed by the same people who developed No Man's Sky. So you take from that what you will. But other than these screenshots, we don't really know much about this game. So it's just, I guess it's just an announcement that this is an indie game that Hello Games are working on and is coming out. So, yeah. So it's very, I wonder what sort of game it's going to be. I do wonder. But you can see the graphics, you can see the style. Like, you're not going to see any sort of AAA unbelievable quality graphic games on Nintendo Switch, unfortunately. It's not powerful enough. And then the next game is called Pixel Junk Eden 2, which is about, it's like a musical game. And the way that they announced it is they said that your actions affect what happens on screen. Simple as that. So, musical game. Next game is called Ferraria. So it's basically like, it's a card game, and you can see on screen what it's like. It's like a strategic card game where you're moving across the screen. So it's almost like checkers and Hearthstone at the same time from the looks of it. So again, we will see what this game is like. And then the last game they showcased was Eldest Souls, which is, it reminds me of Titan Souls, basically, is the easy way to describe it. So it depends on your actions and so on. And then after the main showcase, which was this, they showed a flurry of random announcements without giving any context to what they were showing. So they showed Blair Witch, as you can see, being coming to a Nintendo Switch, even though it's already out on other consoles already. Then they showed Ghost of a Tale. Again, like I said, this is without context. They just simply ran these trailers straight one after the other. Then they showed a game called Sky. So you're flying around. I can't say more than that, basically. It reminds me, the graphical style reminds me of Journey, though. And then they showed Sky Racket, which seems to be like a 2D flying shoot 'em up. And then they showed a game called, I think it's called Subliminal. I can't remember the name, but it's a game where basically you resize things to get through the levels. Then they showed Wingspan. So again, I don't know if this is just like a bird spotting game. I guess it is from the looks of what I'm seeing on the screen. Then they showed Dicey Dungeons. So again, nothing really to say. Just take from the screenshots what you will. And then they showed Bounty Battle, which seems to be kind of like Smash, but weirder. Then they showed Moving Out. It seems to be like a co-op game where you're trying to move out in all these sort of impossible conditions. So it looks like a fun party game, this one. Okay. And then they rounded off the show by announcing the sequel to Enter the Gungeon called Exit the Gungeon, which will be available later today. Today being the 17th of March, 2020. So, yeah, which is being published by Devolver Digital. So if you've played Enter the Gungeon, then be ready for Exit the Gungeon coming out later today. So, yeah, that was basically it, guys. That was the 20 minutes of the Indie World announcements that happened today. That was live streamed on YouTube and Twitch. Tell me in those comments down below, do you like indie games? Are you ready for all these new announcements? And so on. Do you not care? I also want to know that as well. So, yeah. And that was basically it. So I wanted to save you watching this for 20 minutes, basically. But I am going to leave a link in the description in case you want to rewatch the entire thing. Okay, guys? So we'll keep it at that. So anyway, guys, that's it for watching. And if you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch a random video over there. You can watch the latest upload down there. Or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.